All right, let's jump into this thing. Welcome back. Welcome back to another live session. Jam with me live. This is where we get together and we're going to share this thing out. In this particular jam with me, we're going to deal with something that most of us church cats like to stay away from, especially if you're a little more old school like me. We like to stay away from that, odd time signatures stuff, unless you grew up listening to like some type of jazz fusion or, jazz funk. I don't know. I guess it's jazz fusion. We typically like to stay away from the odd time signature stuff because let's be honest, most people don't really see the benefit of it or where it really adds anything to their playing. So we kind of like, what's the use of learning the odd time signature? Now, in this particular video, we're going to play around with a jam track that I have. I have made it available in the description. I also try to remember to tag it in the comments after this video so you guys can go back and jam to it. The name of the track, if you want to look it up, it's called 7/8 Bass Jam Track. It's one of my tracks. It's here right on YouTube. Okay, so yeah, we're gonna jump into this thing. If you have never played in an odd time signature, well, if you haven't been aware that you've been playing in an odd time signature, this might be like somewhat of a shocker for you, but it's cool. This is what these sessions are for us to kind of stretch out, dig into some stuff, look at some things from a different perspective maybe we haven't considered or thought about before. But yeah, we're gonna jump right into this thing. This progression is in the key of E flat. I'll stop along the way and explain, try to break down without over teaching in these particular sessions. But mostly I want you, because these are ear training sessions, I want you to use your ear. I want you to hear. I'm going to help you to know kind of what to key in on if this is something you struggle with. But for the most part, I'm going to really be handing it over to you. So if you don't have your bass, don't just be a spectator. Get your bass out. We're going to be trading off throughout this thing. And you're going to be comfortable, hopefully, with 7/8. I'm going to say confident. You're going to be comfortable with playing in 7 by the end of this video. All right, so let's jump in. Let's listen to it in context, and then we'll start digging in. Again, we're in the key of E flat. Hold on, I'm not hearing that. I'm not hearing that. Let me check my settings here. I'm not hearing my laptop like I want to hear it. I can hear it playing through something. I'm not hearing it as clear as I want to hear it. So let me check something. I hate that this is going on live, but let me check my laptop. Good old technology. All right, so let's check, make sure we're still good on our. There we go. I wasn't hearing it. I knew it was there, but I wasn't hearing it. So let's go again, starting from the top. So I'll play it again from the top. Here we go. All right, so I'm gonna jump right in and I'll explain. all right. I know some of you guys. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and check out of this one because this ain't for me. Don't leave, don't leave. So let me give this context. I used to struggle with odd time signatures, especially like this. One person that really helped me to understand how to kind of really get into, because like I didn't grow up playing with this stuff. Like we grew up, like we grew up on that, quartet. Ain't nobody playing no odd time signatures and no quartet. So it was something that was hard for me to like grasp the concept of odd times. Like you hear it now where everybody's doing it. They'll throw an offbeat in there, what they call offbeat. We'll throw it in there now in music and gospel. But back in the day, man, wasn't nobody on that. You straight four on the floor. It's about as odd as you got was like the old hymns. I think you have stuff in like 9, maybe like Amazing Grace or something. Amazing Grace. We count it like that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. But we wasn't thinking of it like, oh, this is an odd time signature. We were literally just thinking like, okay, right? So like that's we would play that whole thing. Shameless plug, by the way. If you don't know how to play Amazing Grace, I teach it in a hymns course. And so I think that's on the hymns 1. Yeah, I think it's Amazing Grace that I teach on it. Anyway, check out hymns 1 on JermaineMorgan.net and you can get the breakdown for that if you don't know. I assume sometimes you guys know this stuff, but if you don't, you can learn it there in my hymns course. Right. So like that's about as odd time signature as we got with some like the hymns that you would play odd. But as far as an up tempo groove like I'm doing here, it was hard to figure out. So David Haynes, back to the point, he showed me how to start feeling the pulse of the groove as opposed to trying to sit there and count how everything is feeling, like feeling the pulse of the groove. So in context, like here, instead of sitting here like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1, 2, 3, like, okay, you need to count or have that internal idea of where everything is falling. But if you don't feel it, it's going to get lost. So let's listen. Right? Like catch, like notice my little phrases and things that I'm mouthing. I'm catching the meat and potatoes of that feel. Like if I can feel that pulse, then all the little subdivisions I can kind of figure out where they are. So if I put my bass line, like we're starting on the 2, we're in E flat. If I put my bass line on that pulse, like simplify it instead of trying to count all of those things out, make it make sense to you. So let's do it again. This time when we're listening to it, I want you to try to feel that pulse. Just do that with me. Notice I'm only giving 2 snare beats. I'm going to, and if you count over that, you can count 7 right up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3. It's a little bit more complicated, but if we just simplify it. Now, why is this important? And we'll get right back into this, but why is this important? I believe it's important to kind of get comfortable with odd time signatures. Well, you're not stuck in a box of understanding time and understanding how stuff flows, how it works. and you can kind of break out of that. Everything is in 4/4. And even when you start to take a solo, you're not stuck. Like if everybody's playing in 4, well, 7 will go against that 4. I won't get into that today, but drummers do it all the time, how they play odd time signatures up against a regular time signature. And it makes sometimes a more creative type deal. Or if a drummer gets off, you can kind of get with him with the odd time thing. But if you only understand one way of doing stuff, it kind of limits what you can do. So let's go back to this, and we're going to put root notes. So we're going 2, 3. And by the way, this backing track actually has the progression. I got it on the screen. So we're going 2, 3, flat 5, 4, flat 7, 6, flat 5, 4, 3, flat 3, back to 2. That's the whole progression. So we're going 2, 3, flat 5, 4. So let's put it all in context. And so we'll play through it a few times, and then I'm going to give it to you. Here we go. Hopefully you're getting it. I know it's for some people it might be moving a little fast, but try to jump in and keep up as best you can with this. We're getting back to the top of it. Starts on the 2 right here. Flat 5, 4, flat 7, 6, flat 5 down. Turn. Appreciate that, Marcus. I see you. Ellie Keith, how did I know? I guess you're kind of referring to the odd times. All right, let's jump in right here. some that I'm doing you're hearing in between are like the ghost notes that are jumping and kind of dancing around that groove. So like a good way to do that. I'm gonna like for us who are listening, I'm gonna slow that groove down just in case you might be the one who are not familiar with 7. So we're gonna subdivide it slow. So 1, 2, taka, 2, 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3, and that's how I'm counting it, or that's how I'm feeling it. So I'm gonna slow that down again. 1, 2, 3, and 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 1, 2. And so that's a good way to count it, so you can get out of like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Like no, just break it down, make it a little bit more simple. 1, 2, 3, and 1, and 2, and 3, and 1, and 2, and 3. Like I'm just going 1, 2, 3, but you can put the ands in between each one if you want to. So 1 and 2 and 3 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 1, like that. So let's do it slow. 1, 2, 3, and 1 and 2 and 3 and 1, 2, 3, 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 and hopefully you're counting with me. Do it again. 1, 2, 3, and 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 1, 2, 3. And so once we get that count down, I'm not gonna spend all this time counting, but once we get that count down, we can do that same thing with the bass. So now I'm putting notes with that count. 1, 2, 3, and 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 1, 2, 1. And that's a simple approach to it. And I'm just using my octaves and my fifths to do it. So let me back up a little bit so you can see. So I'm going like. 1, 2, 3, and 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 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3, and and it's like it's like a trying to walk and chew gum at the same time if it's something that you haven't been familiar with, but it's not something that's impossible for you to figure out. So hopefully you guys are not tapping out on this because you don't see the value in it. But again, understanding this, understanding how to move around those types of grooves, and with anything you got to take it slow. This is one of those types of things that most people, like, if they're not really getting into jazz or something like that, like I'm good on that, but you just never know how it will open up. The biggest thing why I would say why bother with it, in my answer to that question, your understanding of rhythm and timing, it improves it so much more when you can know how to go in and out of time and you're not limited to just one dynamic of playing. It helps you so much more to be able to hear things, catch things a lot quicker. Somebody flipped the time or something like that. Anything that you can do as a bass player, just like a drummer, anything you can do to strengthen your sense of time is going to make you so much better. That's also part of ear training, being able to hear, understand time, and be like right there on the money is going to make you so much more solid because you're so much more aware of the subdivisions in time. So if you're willing to do the discipline and like dig in, it's going to help you so much better with understanding that time. So again, let's do that slow and we'll pick it up. So we're starting on the 2 in the key of E flat if you're just joining us. So again, that's 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3, and flat 5 down. 5, 4, flat 7, 6, flat 5 down. Instead of going all the way down, sometimes I might go to that 6, 6, 2 to get me back to that 2. So, and then those chords that I was playing. So yeah. I forgot the chord. So it's do it again. First chord, because we're going to that A minor. Then we got A flat diminished or G sharp diminished. Or we're in the key of E flat, so it'd be A flat diminished. To that G minor. Then going back to that 2. What is that? I forgot the whole progression. Oh, so that flat 7. So we're going to that so it's a major 7, so it'll be that D flat major 7 to C minor, and then back to that. So I'll play it slow. Slow again, just in case y'all want to go back and play the chords with it. So I'll put it in context. It's a little faster than that. Start on 2. So I think it's instead of that major 7, it's just a major chord. So like a to C minor. Instead of that, you can play instead of the major 7, just a major chord. So let's do it again. Encourage y'all to do those chords because it's getting the fingers moving, it's getting you out of the box of what you've been used to doing, because let's be honest, most of us don't play chords, and so we're not thinking about it. But if we can try to get in the if we can get in the habit of just doing things that are outside of our comfort zone, hearing the chords, you might not get it completely right, but it's close as you can get to it and get in a habit of just trying to play what you're hearing. But I'm showing you the chords now. So I'm challenging you not only to play that 7, but stretch yourself to play the chords over 7. What will it hurt? And notice, like when I'm playing like the chords, I'm trying to strum them like a guitar player. And so what that's also doing is that's giving me rhythm in between, like the stuff to play in between, and all of it is strengthening my ability to hear timing and to like kind of work out that timing. So doing it again in context, I'm going to do it slow just in case there's somebody who wants the chords. On the 2, right? That's the 2, so the root, so 2, 3, flat 5. I'm sorry, 5. Yeah, flat 5 to 4. Then a flat 7 to 6. Then a flat 5 to 4, which is diminished, to 3, 6, back to 2. And again, the root notes basically are on the backing track for this, so you can kind of go back to what I showed you here and also try to apply it yourself. What's going on, Ken? So I'll slow it down. So 1 and 2 and 3. Notice you see me kind of smiling because it's making me think. And that's the type of stuff that you want in your practice time. Things that are making you move out of the comfort zone, that makes you want to get back, like, I got to figure this out. And not in a way where you're getting frustrated, but something that's like inspiring you to want to dig in a little harder. And so like my hands are moving and you seeing me kind of getting these chord shapes. You want that in your practice time where you can kind of like, okay, I got to jump here, and you got to, like, all that stuff. You want it because it gets you out of the same old rut of stuff that you've been playing over and over again. So again, and I would encourage you guys, if you have a looper, like, man, those things, they come in. I got my looper here, so maybe I don't want to play it that fast, and I want to just kind of slow down and play with it, come up with some little ideas and stuff over it. So I'll slow that whole thing down. That's a good thing about learning the chords. I can rebuild this. It's a loop. I can rebuild this loop on my own slower, come up with my own ideas. So let's go slow. So now I got it looped. If I want to, I can put that bass line over it or whatever I want to do. So let's try to add the bass line. Right? So now I have the bass line and the chords. So now I can start exploring, trying to solo over 7 if I can. bit. And it's gonna stretch you, man, to be a different kind of player. Even if you don't ever use any of this stuff, to stretch your mind and get out of the comfort zone of what you've been used to doing, it just makes for better practice, and it gives you more options in the toolbox when the time comes to pull out this stuff. So all right, so I know the question is like, all right, Jay, you stretching a little bit. And that's the point. I want to stretch you in this. But what do we play over something like this? Well, I would keep it simple. When this many chords, stuff moving this fast, yeah, I've gotten comfortable with playing over stuff like this. But where do you start with this many moving chords? I would keep it simple. Like... I would follow the melody and keep it really, really simple. So let's do that. And I'm breathing and listening for the phrase. Even though there are no drums here, I'm still listening for it because I want to feel that timing even without the drums there. So let's do it again. Da 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 da. I'm not in a hurry. And I started making a little musical with the little that little stuff there, because I'm treating it like a vocalist, right? So I'm gonna jump back in once it starts over. Here we go. Da 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 ba da da. So once I get comfortable with that, I'll start adding a few more notes and just trying to get comfortable with moving around that odd time. So right now I'm taking my mind off of this is an odd time and just focused on the music. Da 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 and you can just start stretching and go further. At this speed, you can see where you can kind of work other rhythms in too at a slower speed. And then it's up to you to figure out how to get comfortable with playing those rhythms faster, like. it's all right if you fumble, because you don't learn what works and what doesn't work. And I done fumbled my way into a lot of dope stuff over the years, so that don't bother me as much when I mess up. But if you spend time focusing, oh man, I just messed up, you missed an opportunity to see where you could take that too. So now that we done that slow, let's see if we can take that same idea and we're going to go back and forth with it. And I'm going to solo a little bit, and then we're going to go back and forth playing, and we'll be out. All right, let's go. Go back a little earlier. Hopefully y'all ready. Here we go. Your turn coming up. You. All right, I'm gonna jump back in right here. All right, the last thing I'll show you. So I'm using that, and you can use it not just in an odd time signature, but you can use this like that's the regular major pentatonic. I'm descending with it. I'm just taking, instead of, I'm taking it here. Instead of just playing it basic, I just use it. Yeah, so the timing of it was a little different. Right? So and you can use that twice to get to that flat 7 as well, right? And you could, again, you could do the same thing with it over a 4/4 groove. So and the timing of it just has to feel a little different. And one of the things you want to be paying attention to as you're listening, when you're adding stuff in there, figure out how you want it to land before you do it. You know, that type of thing. Don't always be stumbling up on something or playing the lick the exact same way every time. And I feel like when we're playing stuff in odd time signatures, it gives us the opportunity to look at maybe a different way of approaching that line that you would have played. Because most of the time we play that line, most bass players play it. Instead of who thought to go to, you know, the flat 5, and I'm not the only one that has done that. but the idea is think of a different way of looking at the same stuff. That's why I'm really big on, like, don't be so quick to try to move on to a different concept until you've really mastered and explored one concept over here, which could be a simple major pentatonic scale. Like, what if I descended and got into that line or got into that note, that flat 5? You know, difference. And that's another way. So. Like, and we can keep going on and on with it, but the idea is to stretch out, think of stuff outside of what you've been playing. We'll do it one more time. I'm going to attempt a solo. I'm going to encourage you to do the same. Matter of fact, I'm going to give you a space. I'm going to take a solo over this groove. I'm going to give you an opportunity to take one. The good thing is, can't nobody hear you. All of y'all can hear me. So if I mess up, it is what it is. At least try it. You're going to put me out here online to mess up by myself. At least try it on your own. All right, here we go. All right, so I'm gonna take it there where the melody drops out. That'll be a good place to take it. That way we know that space is open for us to explore. So I'll do it again. Treat it like a real song. Your turn coming up. Right here. Not yet. 4 rounds. Right here. I'll add a little bass up under. Good if you tried it. Last solo. Worst solos ever. Last time. Whole thing. All right, I know this was a different kind of lesson for you guys, but I mean, that's cool because if I start doing the same thing every week, I'm pretty sure y'all would get bored pretty quick. So I applaud you who've made it to the end of this live or this video. If you're watching the replay today, I applaud you for hanging around. If this is helpful, let me know in the comments. If it's something that, you know, it might not float your boat, that's cool. If you don't get down with this, that's fine. But I don't want to rob other people of the opportunity who want to kind of dig into the odd time signature. You do see the value in it. You do see where it could potentially benefit your playing. Then by all means, go back through and just kind of look at some of the concepts we talked about in this video. I know many other people have covered odd times and how to play it and how to understand it. But for the most part, people don't really see how it relates to their playing, especially if you're not in like a jazz or some type of situation that's going to play that odd time stuff. I say jazz because that's the most common, but that's not the only genre that plays that. But I will say from experience, if you can kind of get the concept down, it does make for more ideas and a better understanding of timing in general when you learn how to play outside of the usual. All right. So anyway, appreciate you guys for joining in. I see you who are in the chat, and I want to say thank you for watching today. I gotta go, so I'm gonna jump off here. Y'all take care. I'm out. Be sure to leave a comment. Thank you for you guys who was saying that that it was helpful. I appreciate it. I'm out. Peace.